So I'm having a chat with Julia Kahn. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing this morning?
I am well, thank you very much. So we've got a couple of things to talk about. Firstly, you've got a new single out, the one that we've been playing, called Something Better. Tell us a little bit about the track.
Yes. So this song, it's from my new project that's out right now. It's called Heroine's Journey. And this song, it's really one that I wrote about kind of opening your heart, and I really wanted it to feel like this explosion of hope. So it's a really positive song, and it's one of my favorites on the project as well.
Good, excellent. And speaking of the project, it's a new EP that is out now. What can you tell us about the release?
Yes, so my new EP is out right now. It's called Heroine's Journey, and it's out on all streaming platforms. And it's really a project about transformation and about my own journey to self-love. And so as you listen through, it's kind of that conceptual project there. And yeah, it's kind of just about that deep dive inward that I had when I was making it.
Good. And as you're fairly new to the music industry, as it were, what was it that made you decide to write and release music?
Oh, yeah. So I don't know, I've always loved music since I can remember. I've been just obsessed with it and so passionate about it. And so I don't know, it just felt so natural to me, making music and writing it. And I just felt, there was a lot that I wanted to express and say and kind of send a message with that music. So yeah, I don't know, it's funny. It's like I've always just loved it so much since I can even remember. So
good, excellent. And you'll be wanting to play these tracks live, but there's not much announced at the moment. What's the plan for the rest of this year?
Yeah, so we're looking to come back in the summer and do some live shows then. So really excited about that, as well as release some new music this year as well. So really excited. Looking to come back here, pretty soon.
Good. And obviously talking of releasing more music, how much music have you got written to release in the future? What's there already?
Oh yeah, well there's lots written already for sure. So we got a number of songs coming out this year. That'll be great.
Yeah, good. And when you write, obviously you wrote a few tracks for this release, and you've got some coming up. But the ones that you haven't got plans for at the moment, what happens to those? Do you consider them for the future, or do you just push them to one side and not come back to them again because you're in a new phase?
Yeah. Sometimes it depends. There's some songs that maybe didn't fit the project or something, but I still love them. And, they might fit better in a different narrative or a different story altogether. So we kind of keep them in a bank there. But yeah, it definitely depends on the song. There's some that I had that were from a different time that, kind of stay in the vault a little bit. But I have a lot that I think could definitely end up on some more projects coming up too.
Good. And what is one thing in your music career that you really do want to achieve at some point? What's that one thing that you want to achieve?
Really, with my music, if I can just help people in any way with my music or help them feel inspired or empowered in any way, really, that's really my whole goal. I know that sounds, kind of funny, but truly, that's my aim with this music, is just to spread that message and help people love themselves more, empower themselves more with the music I create. But yeah, really looking to just expand it as much as possible and, spread it throughout the UK, which has been great so far on this tour, and just continue to build it and share it to as many people as I can.
Good. And where would you like to take your music? Obviously, you've come over here now. You obviously play over where you are, but where are places that you want to get to with your music at some point?
Yeah, so it's been great being over here. The UK was definitely one that was on my map for a long time. I have a lot of listeners and followers that are from the UK, so it was great to get over here for this radio tour. That was a big one on my list, so it's been fun to connect and do that here so far. And then also, back in the States, is just to keep spreading it around there as well.
Good. Excellent. Well, Julia, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and I appreciate you having me.